How do you help your child regulate their emotions? You ask them for a hug and they reject you. You say you're okay and then they throw a bigger tantrum. You just don't know how to help them. It seems like nothing that you do is working. If that is you, then you are in the correct place because we are going to talk about how to help our children regulate their emotions from the understanding of ourselves and the understanding of what they need. If you are new to me, hello, my name is Marcela Collier. I am the head coach of HIC Parenting Education Agency. We are an agency of parenting coaches who are committed to help you go from frustration, trying to break your cycle, and not getting there as much as you try to help you build that connection, relationship, and family dynamic that you deserve with your kids. So, we are going to divide this video in two sections. Section number one is what do you need as a parent to have the skills to help our children regulate their emotions? And section number two is how to actually how to actually help them regulate their emotions. Because it doesn't matter what we do, if our skills are off, as much as we've tried to read on Instagram, on TikTok, if we apply the tips, the strategies from lack of own regulation skills, then there is a conflicting message that we are going to send to our kids, and there is no way that they're going to calm down anytime soon. So buckle up because this is going to be informative and you are going to live with the exact roadmap on how to help our children regulate their emotions. Okay, so starts with us. Yes, starts with us pretending that our children are going to regulate their emotions with our emotions being regulated. It's developmentally impossible. So science backs me up. Science says that in order for a child under 12 to be able to regulate their emotions, they need to have a regulated adult brain helping them. So if you are not regulated, there is no way that we can help our children regulate despite our efforts to sound gentle, despite our efforts to tell them in a softer tone, okay, we're going to calm down. If our nervous system is in fight or flight response, if our nervous system is triggered, tone of voice does not matter. Does not matter because according to nervous system science, our children pick up on our nervous system. And this is something that we work with our coaching clients into gaining understanding of their own nervous system so they're able to get a hold of it, feel secure, so they can securely help their children navigate their own emotional landscape. You are the foundation of your child's regulation, period, end of the story. Okay, so now that you are the regulated adult that your child needs, again, I'm not talking about speaking gently, I'm talking about you truly being calm on the inside, then our children need to borrow at that nervous system level from that calmness because they're not able to regulate their own emotions yet. That's a myth that has been floating around in the parenting community of our children can sure learn how to regulate their own emotions. And the reality is that they will eventually learn to regulate their own emotions when they're adults or older teens. But as long as they're under 12, they're not able to. They need us. They need us to regulate. So in this case, it's not called regulate on emotions, it's called co-regulation. Co meaning with us, they regulate. So imagine your nervous system as a thermostat. Whatever number you set it, That's where your children are going to match you eventually if you don't go higher. If you go hard, then they will always match you where you are at. So when I get during my Instagram lives, if you don't follow me, you should follow HIC everywhere. What are you waiting for? We are at High Impact Club on Instagram, on TikTok, here on YouTube, the Parenting with Understanding podcast. Follow us everywhere. When I do lives, a lot of parents come concerned saying, doesn't matter how much I do, how much I try to co-regulate, my children don't calm down. And this is a limiting belief. Then I asked them, is your child escalated right now? No, at this moment. So they did calm down. Maybe they did not calm down on your terms, on your time, when you needed it, at your convenience, but they did calm down. So when we try to control when our children are going to calm down, then that increases our thermostat and their thermostat. Because now there is anxiety, now there is an expectation, now there is control. So we go into co-regulation without the expectation of they need to calm down right now. Even when we are rushing, yeah, even when we're rushing, when we're going out the door, they could continue crying in the car, they can, until they calm down. And if they feel us from that belief of you are the one, your body knows and is wise and knows what it needs and when it needs to calm down, they calm down sooner, they calm down faster. It's kind of like an opposite effect of when I don't try to push it, it happens faster. Even with things in life, when we're not trying to push something, when we're not trying to knock down doors, the doors open. Somehow the universe aligns and those doors open because we're not so anxiously trying to knock them down. And that applies as well with our kids. So what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? That's the first thing that we do. The next thing, observe. Because children don't calm down the same way. Some children may need words of affirmation, some children may need just space, some children may need hugs, some children may don't like hugs at all, or don't tell me anything, just give me a moment to myself. I think that was me as a child. And I vaguely remember my grandma, my mamita, trying to push so hard her co-regulation and beg for a hug when I didn't want a hug. I was already sensory overloaded. I'm being diagnosed with autism and in the process. What does help your child calm down? Let me know in the comments. I want to show you the story of one of our clients when she learned to process her own emotions and help her children. This is what happened. I'm going to show you a success story that she shared with us and allowed us to share in social media.
It has been easier. I have noticed the tension has been brought down, and she's more free. I feel like she's more free to be.
The tension was brought down because she wasn't going into co-regulation without controlling the timing, without controlling how the daughter was going to calm down. She did not have an agenda behind it. And she learned the tools with the help of her coach in our 14-week coaching program to conquer and master her calm. So she was able to be calm for her child, not to say calming things, not to speak gently, to be calm. If you want to get out of just the information era of I already have a lot of info in my head and it's not transferring to my parenting, that's a sign that information alone is not doing it. Parenting coaching is not to give you more information. Our coaches will dive into your personal experience and help you apply what you already know. So you master your calm. so you have a better relationship with your children, a more peaceful relationship. If you're considering parenting coaching, apply to HIC Parenting. All you have to do is go to apply.hicparenting.com, or there is a link in the description. Fill out the application with detail. We study those applications, and from there, our team decides who qualifies for our program and who doesn't. And if you do qualify, then we will show you our calendar where you get to book a free call with a member of our team, not one of our coaches, one of our admissions advisors, where you get to ask more questions about the program. And if it is a yes, enroll you. And if it is a no, then you might need something else. Okay, so I encourage you to start working on yourself, borrowing your calm, and remember that it only takes not just information, but application of the information to transform your parenting. And I hope you do it with the direct guidance of our coaches. I'll see you next time.
You watched all the way to the end, and I'm going to give you a gift for that. Scan this QR code and give us your best email. You're going to access a free class with the ultimate tools that has helped so many of our clients go from reactivity and frustration to peace and connection with their kids.